Hi, this is Ed Driscoll. Welcome to Silicon Graffiti. You'd think that advertising would be the most politically neutral environment around. Historically, most business owners have been reluctant to talk politics. Why alienate half your customers? But an increasing number of corporations, or at least the ad agencies they hire to promote their wares, seem to love pushing the edge. And not surprisingly, that edge points sharply to the left. Last year, Michelle Malkin found this Absolut vodka ad designed for the Mexican marketplace. Ad agencies seem to forget that while they can tailor an ad for a particular region's politics, the internet can effectively make all ad campaigns global. And Absolut's ad agency apparently didn't count on Americans noticing that in Absolut's vodka-fueled fantasy world, Mexico has reclaimed 2/3 of the American West. Similarly, last year, the History Channel commissioned an ad campaign from the South African branch of Ogilvy and Mather, one of the most respected ad agencies, whose founder, David Ogilvy, literally wrote the book on advertising. In 1962, Ogilvy was hired by Washington to, as Time magazine put it back then, quote, "sing the charms of the U.S. to prospective tourists from Britain, France, and West Germany. Every advertisement I write for the U.S. Travel Service," he told Time magazine, "is a bread and butter letter from a grateful immigrant." Ogilvy passed away in 1999, and the Johannesburg branch of the firm that bears his name looks upon America rather differently, it seems. According to information found by Caleb Howe of redstate.org, Ogilvy's campaign, featuring a triptych of photos, was apparently featured in national newspapers and magazines, as well as in-store outlets selling DSTV, the satellite network that broadcasts the History Channel in South Africa. As you can see in the photos, the ads feature a large electronic message board, photoshopped into various settings, with the message "History is written by the winners" in the upper right-hand corner. A contemporary desert setting features American soldiers and the message, "Iraqis killed under Saddam regime, 300,000. Iraqis killed under U.S. regime, 1,030,000. This simultaneously diminishes most published estimates of Iraqis killed under Saddam and wildly inflates the number of Iraqis killed after that brutal dictator was removed by the U.S. It also fails to take into account Iraq's functioning sovereign democracy and tacitly wishes that Saddam was still in power, torturing his subjects. Another ad, apparently designed to anger the British, notes the number of men born in England in 2007 named George, with a much larger number of men born in England named Muhammad. And the third ad compares the number of deaths killed at Pearl Harbor versus Hiroshima. Perhaps Jon Stewart consulted on that one. BusinessInsider.com praised these ads as certainly thought-provoking, possibly anti-American, gosh, you think? Adding that we liked the ads, or at least appreciated their ability to spark conversation. We only wish digital publishers could come up with units that allowed agencies to get so creative. Well, creatively trashing a television network's respected brand name, I suppose. But I'm not sure if this campaign promotes the History Channel that we see in the States or one of its international spin-offs. It's not uncommon for international versions of American TV channels to be quite different compared to their American counterparts. For example, back in 2004, Roger Ailes of the Fox News Channel described the difference in tone between CNN International and the CNN that we watch in the United States.
We have CNN-I, which is CNN International, or as we call it, the anti-American channel. And we don't do that. We have one channel, it's Fox News. We put it out all over the world. Anybody who wants to see it can see it.
Go back to your statement about CNN International being anti-American.
Well, the best way to get distribution around the world is to be the BBC or Al Jazeera or CNN-I. Basically do story. If you watch it day in and day out, you can't find a whole lot good about America. Now, they have no obligation to do good stories about America, but they do have an obligation to have balance and context. And Al Jazeera simply doesn't, BBC doesn't, and CNN-I is less offensive, but they don't do it much either. And I think that context is critically important to the news.
Do the History Channel's international spin-offs have a similar tone? Well, their ad agency certainly acts like they do. Another ad that also aims sharply left promotes MasterCard, along with a big heaping helping of hectoring environmentalism.
Water glass, $5. Energy-saving bulb, $4. Reusable bag, $2. Helping your dad become a better man? Priceless.
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's credit and debit MasterCard.
Pioneering blogger James Lilacs had visions of this moment from George Orwell's 1984 upon viewing the MasterCard ad.
You're a thought criminal.
AMC's Mad Men series looks back at the lifestyle of Madison Avenue advertising men of the early 1960s through a gimlet eye. Whatever their excesses, the advertisers of the past knew that angering their potential customers was a sure way to lose a sale, not to mention tarnishing the reputation of the corporations that hired them. Today's advertisers? Well, evidently, so-called progressive politics, in other words, the latest reincarnation of ideas that are over a century old, are more important than moving merchandise and making money. But that's progress, I guess. For Silicon Graffiti, I'm Ed Driscoll.